Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. You know, I've been speaking to you for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen, because I was given permission to do so. I was given the authority to do so, to tell you something that no one was able to tell me except the power of truth that came through a spiritual experience. And at that time, I had never had it before, so I thought it was the same situation for all of us. So the message that I have came from something special. And have you had that same kind of experience and have something special? I would say I wouldn't have to be saying this message, and I can say that you haven't. Why? Because all of the things that bring me here to say this message today. What I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, as human beings, we're going through some great troubling times. They're not new. They've always been here. They started from the beginning. In the beginning, when we were, I guess, formulated into human beings. You've heard it said that the earth exists, and we had nothing to do with its existence. All of the things that the earth is about: food, clothing, shelter, education, everything that anybody's ever needed to do whatever they were doing on this earth was already here. They didn't bring it. And we're here, so we didn't bring that. So there's a power that we can't see that's superior to all human beings, and it is responsible for all that we can see, touch, and feel that identify with our senses. And we have to acknowledge it. And the truth also is that that power that made us made it possible for us to live on this earth, but gave us choice. Live on this earth and gave us choice. Now, I don't know what that was all about, but it gave us the ability to live on this earth and to do it with choice. One way, if we lived on this earth according to that power, we could live in peace, be prosperous, be free, be joyous, be happy, and we could live our dreams. Our needs, our wants, and our desires would be met when we wanted them to. We wouldn't have to worry about any of that other stuff. And the only thing that we have to do to engage ourselves in this process of all of this wonderful stuff, cars, houses, food, clothes, everything, the only thing we have to do is recognize God. How do we recognize that spirit that we can't see? By believing that that spirit is responsible for me and you, just the same. So don't bother me. The Spirit say don't bother you. So what we do is we engage ourselves in the process of life. We find a career. We find a job that gives us our greatest joy. And those jobs that we find will be the same kind of jobs that's already used, most of them, to create those things that we have determined that are essential for our survival. That's what we'd be using them for. And so many other things, because our imagination keeps growing. That's where the AI come from. That's where the computer come from. That's where these spaceships and things come from. But they are presented through these people who bring them to the forefront. They are presented to the human being, human species, as a gift from God so that they might be used by anyone on this earth that wants to use them for whatever benefit. The ideal is for wonderful things, but we have choice. And having choice, my friends, that means that there are those who have said, I don't see a God, invisible. I don't want to hear anything about that. So if there's no God, I got to be God. So they choose themselves as God. White people choose themselves as God. Black folks choose themselves as God. Indians choose themselves as God. And Asians, everybody. Wherever you are, you got your God, because none of you are following the God. And that's my job to tell you. None of you are following the job. All the lawyers. Now, let me say this. In America, you got a Constitution of the United States. And I guess, compared to some other places, it is a wonderful document. And it has allowed a lot of wonderful things to happen, I suppose. But one of the things that it has also allowed to happen is what's happening in the United States today with Donald Trump, with that group. All of the hatred, all of the racism, all of the bigotry that exist in America. The lying, the cheating, the stealing, the terror, the war, all of that also is a product of the choice that men have made. We don't want God. We want men. And this is what we got. This is exactly what we got. Now, here's the secret. If those who know God rise up and shine so much light on the darkness that the darkness dissipates, then we could have heaven here on earth. But if those who recognize God don't do that, or to the degree that it cleans that out, then most of those who recognize God will be killed by those who don't give a stink about God. And those same people who made that choice will create the hell that you read about in the Bible. It will be created by the people. The people, the human beings that turn their back on God. The human beings that listen to Putin and listen to Trump and listen to Guy Asia and listen to Timbuktu. Everybody that caused these wars and all these things. I'm not going to try to repeat the history for you because most of it I don't remember. But I do want to tell you the hell that you will live in is of your own creation. The heaven that you will live in or experience will be of your creation because you followed God. Now, that's here. Now, if they have to kill you and take you someplace else, I don't know about that. No, they say it's a heaven out there somewhere. I don't know about that, but I do know if you exercise the principles here while you're here, you will have heaven here on earth. And I want to leave that because I've got to come back. I'm going to continue, but I don't want to give you any more than this for right now. This is about all you can take. So I'll be back soon.